Good morning, National Dayers! It's Mrs. Erickson. Today is Wednesday, April 26th. It is the 116th day of the year. There are 249 days left. Happy National Richter Scale Day.
National Richter Scale Day on April 26th each year honors the birth of the Richter scale inventor, Charles F. Richter. Richter was an American seismologist and physicist, most famous as the inventor of the Richter magnitude scale, which quantified the size of earthquakes. While working at the California Institute of Technology with Benno Gutenberg, Richter first used the scale in 1935. After publishing the Richter scale in 1935, it immediately became the standard measure of earthquake intensity. Since 1935, there have been other magnitude scales developed. Depending on the data available, different scales are used. However, most are not as popularly known as the Richter scale. The United States Geological Service records show that the most significant earthquake since 1900 was in Chile in May of 1960. Measuring 9.5 on the Richter scale, it is known as the Great Chilean Earthquake. Learn more about earthquake activity today and help us celebrate National Richter Scale Day. Today is also National Bookmobile Day, National Garage Day, National Pretzel Day, and National South Dakota Day.
Okay, National Dayers, today we're making a seismograph, which is a machine that measures the intensity of an earthquake. Gather the following supplies. You'll need a box, about the size of a shoebox, a bunch of rubber bands, scissors or a knife, a ruler, tape, markers, and paper. All right, let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you want to measure the width to be about 6 inches wide, and you want to cut a couple strips of that paper and then tape them end to end to make a long strip. Next, you want to cut a slot at each end of the box that is wide enough for the paper to pass through. Make sure to ask for help on this one, as the knife and scissors can be really sharp. Next, you want to string a bunch of rubber bands together by tucking one end into the other and pulling, and that will connect the rubber bands. You just want to keep doing this over and over again until you make a big long string of rubber bands, and then tie the ends together to connect everything completely. Next, you want to make an X with the rubber band by stretching it across the front of the box and looping it around. So it'll be an X in the front and then 2 straight lines across the back of the box. My box got a little bent, so I tried to give it some stability by putting the lid on the bottom. I don't know, I might have to use a different box next time. Next, you want to stick a pen, a pencil, or a marker in the middle of the rubber band X and push it all the way in until the point touches your strip of paper that's in the box. Just barely touches. Now, here comes the fun part. With a friend, you want to make an earthquake by shaking the box while the other person pulls the strip of paper through. Check it out. It actually measures the movement of the box by how the marker moves on the paper. Experiment and see how much you can make the marker shake with your very own seismograph. Pretty neat, right?
Okay, National Dayers. So, one of my favorite things about all the activities that we do is sometimes you have to go back to the drawing board, or you have to make adjustments and corrections and improvements, and that is what makes all of these amazing experiments. So, cutting off the bottom of the box made it a little wonky, so I don't know if maybe we wanted to, shore it up somehow. But this still turned out to be a really cool way to measure what happens during an earthquake, didn't it? So neat. All right, so go make some changes to your experiment, figure out the coolest way to make a seismograph. Keep smiling, have a wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
It's time for super spectacular shoutouts. Shoutouts today start us off with Mrs. Sparks and everyone in her special education program at Rio Norte Junior High School in Valencia, California. Next up is Ms. Rachel, Ms. Carla, Ms. Lee, and Mr. Ghost, and everyone in the Room 2 community-based classroom at Excel in Phoenix, Arizona. And our third shout out today goes out to Ms. Jones, Ms. Dotson, Ms. Jala, and Dr. V, and all of the students in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade special education classroom at Druid Hills Middle School in Decatur, Georgia. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. I hope you loved your shout out. Teachers, if you'd like to get your class a shout out, just complete the Google form. The link can be found below this video in the description. And here it is, our updated super spectacular shout out map.